For clothing and the limited edition sneakers that you see here, please visit the comment and or the description below the video. Thank you. Hey, how you doing? This is SEIJI HITO here to bring you the news. So I wanted to bring you guys this quick recall video because I know a lot of people happen to drink bottled water and things of this nature. This is why I try to tell people be careful with the things that you buy because we don't really know what they're putting in the water. The most that we know is, maybe what they put on the front, or maybe if they have a label or something on the back, but they don't really tell you if there are any additives in your water. High levels of arsenic found in bottled water sold at Whole Foods, Target, and Walmart. Independent lab tests found high levels of toxic metal arsenic in 2 brands of bottled water sold at grocery and big box stores. The 2 brands are Penafel and Starkey Spring Water. Target and Walmart sell Penafel, and Starkey is owned by Whole Foods, and it's also sold on the Amazon website if you happen to look it up. On Friday, Keurig Dr. Pepper announced a voluntary recall of Penafel unflavored mineral spring water due to presence of volatile levels of arsenic. Quote, arsenic, when present in diet at very high levels, well above those detected in recent samples of Penafel, is associated with numerous chronic diseases. An independent lab found levels of arsenic above the FDA limit of 10 parts per million in the water, which is imported from Mexico. Consumers can return the water to the retailer for a full refund. SEIJI announced they sent legal notices to both manufacturers after finding arsenic levels that would require a health warning under California's Proposition 65. From late 2016 to early 2017, Consumer Reports tested Starkey water, which a Whole Foods executive called amazingly pristine, and found levels of arsenic above 10 ppb. Quote, there is no place for arsenic in bottled water. Bottled water companies need to take the necessary steps to remove this toxic metal from their products, and retailers should stop selling them now. Until those conditions are met, we recommend consumers avoid purchasing Whole Foods, Starkey, and Dr. Pepper's Penafel. The Food and Drug Administrations have not announced a recall for either as of Friday afternoon. All right, so let me read you a little bit about arsenic. A few species of bacteria are able to use arsenic compounds as respiratory metabolites. Trace quantities of arsenic are an essential dietary element in rats, hamsters, ghosts, chickens, and presumably other species. A role in human metabolism is unknown. However, arsenic poisoning occurs in molecular life if quantities are larger than needed. Arsenic contamination of groundwater is a problem that affects millions of people across the world. The United States Environmental Protection Agency states that all forms of arsenic are a serious risk to human health. The United States Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry ranked arsenic as number one in its 2001 priority list of hazardous substances at Superfund sites. Arsenic is classified as a Group A carcinogen. Treatment. The treatment of chronic arsenic poisoning is possible. British anti-lewisite is prescribed in doses of 5 mg/kg up to 300 mg every 4 hours for the first day, then 6 hours for the second day, and finally every 8 hours for 8 additional days. However, the United States Agency of Toxic Substances and Disease Registry states that long-term effects of arsenic exposure cannot be predicted. Blood, urine, hair, and nails may be tested for arsenic. However, these tests cannot foresee possible health outcomes from the exposure. Long-term exposure and consequent excretions through urine has been linked to bladder and kidney cancer, in addition to cancer of the liver, prostate, skin, lungs, and nasal cavity. Let me repeat that one more time for you guys. Long-term exposure and consequent excretion through urine has been linked to bladder, kidney, and additional cancers such as liver, prostate, skin, lungs, and the nasal cavity. All right, just bear with me through this one. A carcinogen is a substance, radionuclide, or radiation that promotes carcinogenesis, the formation of cancer. This may be due to the ability to damage the genome or to the disruption of the cellular metabolic processes. Several radioactive substances are considered carcinogens, but their carcinogenic activity is attributed to the radiation, for example, gamma rays and alpha particles, which they emit. Common examples of non radioactive carcinogens are inhaled asbestos, certain dioxins, and tobacco smoke. Although the public generally associates carcinosity with synthetic chemicals, it is equally likely to arse in both natural and synthetic substances. Carcinogens are not necessarily immediately toxic, thus, their effect can be insidious. Cancer is any disease in which normal cells are damaged and do not undergo programmed cell death as fast as they divide via mitosis. Carcinogens may increase the risk of cancer by altering cellular metabolism or damaging DNA directly in cells, which interferes with biological processes and induces the uncontrolled Milligant division, ultimately, ultimately leading to the formation of tumors. Usually, severe DNA damage leads to programmed cell death. But if the programmed cell death pathway is damaged, then the cell cannot prevent itself from becoming a cancer cell. So the reason why I gave you guys all the information, and also thank you again for bearing with me. I know it was a little bit tough to bear, but we made it through it. The reason that I wanted to bring you guys the information, just like I brought it to you in several other videos, is due to the fact that we have carcinogens. You can also find carcinogens, let's say cigarette or secondhand smoke, which was listed. Different types of radiation and radiated particles that also are known to destroy cells on a cellular level and disrupt their normal programming. On top of car emissions, also give off carcinogens. Now, think about all the things that I just listed for you. And now think about the air that you breathe every single day. Now, think about that very same air that you breathe every day forming into clouds. And then think about all of those clouds forming into water and now raining back down onto you. So you're not only breathing in those carcinogens, you're also taking those in through your skin. Like I said before, you have these carcinogens that are basically given to you by these makers of water who just bottle up water from anywhere and they slap a label on it. They pay like a couple of cents to just, suck up the water from anywhere, slap a label on it, sell it to you for like a surplus, and they're just handing you over cancer. And then since now you have cancer, you don't even have a family history. You don't know where it came from. Now where you go from there? Now you go to the hospital, to Big Pharma. What does Big Pharma do? They sit up there and give you chemotherapy, which prolongs your death. It destroys every cell, including the healthy cells. It doesn't just destroy the cancer, it disperses the cancer into other areas. This is why when people go into remission and then they end up several months later, I have cancer again, but it's in a different part of my body. That's because the radiation didn't destroy it. And then if you are in remission and the cancer has returned, now they're prolonging your death by giving you radiated medication and things of this nature that are not meant to naturally heal you. Like I said before, they're poisoning every single thing that we need. We have radiated milk, we have radiated water, we have radiation in the air, we have radiation in our food, we have radiation in every single object that we basically use, from small amounts of radiation to, other amounts. And then we have other disruptors that we have, such as 5G, which they are about to bring out soon enough. If you don't know about 5G, I might just so happen to, make a video about it if I can remember, or, something or other. But, I do these videos beyond all of the, like I said before, beyond a lot of the things that we have on an everyday life where it's, racism, bigotry, discrimination, and things of this nature. At the base of everything that we have at the core, if a radiated bomb was to basically fall, a lot of us are going to die. It doesn't matter what who we are. A lot of us are just going to sit up there and perish. And the ones that are left over, they're going to be sick, they're going to be radiated, and they're going to have to basically deal with, what's to come and try to prolong their life as much as possible. So I bring this information to everybody, to warn everybody, and to make sure that people know what is going on. Because, like I said before, the pictures that I have up for you now, I went to the Facebook of both Target and I think it might have been Walmart or Amazon or Whole Foods, whichever pictures are up. And they didn't mention any of this to the 1 million, especially I want to say Whole Foods. They have about 1 million people who follow them. They didn't mention any of this today. Now, at the making of this video, I didn't see anything up there. I saw other, small reports that might have mentioned it. It might have been a blurb, but that's about it. They have a responsibility to let you know every single time that there's a recall, something so severe that it can cause cancer. It can internally damage you and cause irreparable damage for life, something you can never get back. So like I said before, spread this video, warn your friends, warn your family, stay away from all types of Starkey water, stay away from all types of the Penelophil water also. Don't even care if it's the food color water, even if they tell you that that water is not affected. If they're telling you that one of their waters are affected, all waters are affected. So get them out of your house, stop drinking them, get rid of them, and just ban them and stay safe.